Hey, this is another dating with boobie, right? Now, apparently, I'm gonna be single for a very long time. I'm starting to realize there is a pattern here, and I don't think it's just El Paso. I think it's just with women in general. Because at first, I thought it was an El Paso thing, but I'm starting to notice it's just a woman thing, right? So yesterday, I was speaking to 3 different girls, right? 3 different girls gave me the same exact answer when I asked the same question. I said, what happened in your last relationship, right? All 3 of those women said the nigga was a bum, the guy wasn't working, the guy wasn't making enough money, the guy didn't, know how to lead or whatever, right? And that's the thing that I find it crazy, right? Because these women choose these men, right? You knew he didn't have a job. You knew that his circumstances and his situation was what it was. But then you got with him. And everything was perfect until he was unable to provide. Because I asked, right? I was like, what happens if that guy gave you flowers, he was loyal, he was faithful, but he made 45, maybe 50,000 a year, right? Nope, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. That means he's not an ambitious man. That means he can't lead me. So what I've noticed now is women, associate a man's competence to lead the relationship based on his financial circumstances, right? So she would rather go for the rich nigga that would cheat 8 times out of 10 than the broke man that would be faithful, but he can't give you the materialistic things of this world. Then I'm starting to come up with my conclusion. Women are in love with the idea of the lifestyle, right? I'm not gonna say all women. I'm gonna say modern day women. But it seems like 8 out of 10 of percentage of women are modern day women. I have not met a traditional woman with traditional values thus far. I am 34 years old. I speak to a multitude of women, and it circulates to the same mentality, right? And then a lot of women, I'm starting to notice, is like they don't want to be judged on their past, but they judge you on your future. If you don't make this money, I don't feel secure with you. But if a man says, I don't like the things you've done in your past, you're insecure. Because we don't want an only fan girl. Because we don't want a girl that clubs and parties. We don't want a girl that has a certain mentality, because that mentality we can associate with issues further down the line. Right? So, but just hearing these three different women, 2 from El Paso, 1 from another place, say the same exact thing about that man, it's kind of scary. Because he was great. He was good enough to date until you wasn't able to get what you want. And now, how you equivalate the value of a man is through finances. And then the crazy part is a lot of women have this expectation that they don't meet themselves. I want a man who makes this money, but you don't make that money. I want a man who has a house, but you still live with your parents, or you're struggling to get by, or you got government assistance. I want a man who has a car, but you don't possess that car. I want a man who's smart, but you're not educated, high school diploma, GED at best. So you have a higher standard from a man than what you have for yourself. But then, if anybody tells you that, misogynistic, asshole, controlling, sassy, gay, right? So it seems like, because I don't understand the nature. It seems like I'm going to be spending Valentine's by myself. I wonder what I'm going to do. There's a jazz bar not too far from over here. But the mentality of women is what was disturbing, because all of them share the same notion. Like, man is only as good as what he can provide. And there's 2 types of love: conditional love and unconditional love, right? Now, men always have the conditional love. A woman will love us under the condition that we meet these requirements and standards, right? I will love you under the condition that you provide. I will love you under the condition that you protect. I will love you under the condition that you add value to my life. But I'm not going to reciprocate that in some sense. And men love unconditionally. Men will pay the bills for 5 years, 20 years, all your life, right? We don't care what you have. We don't care what your circumstances are. We'll take care of your kids if, we're that type of guy. We don't care what your financial situation is. We don't base women on finances because a woman's money is her money and a man's money somehow is the woman's money. So for me, that shows a mentality. And this is another reason why I'm so selective. I ask questions to expose a mentality that somebody possesses that would just have me see them as a liability. If I'm only as good as what I can provide, that means whoever can provide more than me is an option or an opportunity. Even though I have it, you're not going to get it. It's something that you would earn. Honestly. I feel like women who get things they don't earn don't appreciate it. But they still expect it out the gate. And then they'll turn around and demonize that man, a real man, to pay my bills. A real man would take care of my kids that I had with somebody else. A real man would allow me to do this and go out because he's not insecure. So anything that benefits them, that's what a real man is. The mentality of dating these days is so fucking crazy. And I have to take, it's the mental. I'm not going to sit there and just throw stones at the women. The mental for encouraging it. The Edgars, the simps. You don't have to offer anything. You don't have to provide anything. You don't have to bring nothing to the table because you're a woman. And a lot of these niggas are thirsty as fuck, right? And I need some pussy or validation. I'm going to spoil you without you earning it. And then I'm going to be mad at you for abusing me because this is what I've turned you into. So I think it's the culture nowadays. Because men see it as, I got to buy a woman's love. Women see it as, who can afford my love? And I'm not saying that's all women. I'm not saying that's all men. But I'm going to say that's the modern day mentality. And the scary part is that's very fucking common. I have yet to meet a woman that will say, I will love a man even if he's broke. If that man lost his job and that woman is taking care, and that's the crazy part, right? I was speaking to this girl. I'm not going to blow her up and shit like that. And I was like, yo, what about if that man was paying the bills for 10 years? Paying all the bills. He didn't give you the fancy lifestyle that you wanted, but he was able to provide for you enough to keep you from digging in your own pocket, right? For 10 years. And then he loses his job and you have to pay the bills for 2 years. I'll get turned off. Then that man is not being a good leader. Or, that man, I'm going to get tired of taking care of that man. But I don't think that's like fair exchange there. Because he took care of you for 10 and you're complaining about 2. And he took care of you with nothing, no expectations. He took care of you out of just the notion of, this is the person I care about. You'll take care of him as, hurry up and get your shit together or I'm gone. I don't know, man. Dating is a little different here in this modern day world. Dating with boobie.